This was JadeCap being born to be, being raised to be a trading god. This is JadeCap's trade right here. So JadeCap, if this shit don't work, this trade don't work, nigga, I'm disliking your video. Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy trading video. Let's get it, man. So as y'all can see, we are right now in a Euro USD trade. I did take this buy just now. I had just got back home. I was in the trade while I was out. I had entered I think before this entry right here, this was on my 50K account, the 125 account, but I entered this trade here. This is basically a stop run on the previous daily low. Right now we're playing off of this breaker. Yes, this is a bullish breaker, so I don't expect price to really go through and through this and come to my stop loss or whatever. But if it does, you know, that's just the probabilities, right? I am targeting these highs and a little bit higher, maybe to come in. It could come up and clean up the previous daily high. I don't think it's gonna do that today from this move, but I think I could catch something from here, just a little something, maybe at least to here, because these are relative equal highs. Right up in here. The reason intraday why I'm taking this is because we are right now inside of a volume imbalance that Euro has came down into. We took out the previous daily low. Also, GU ran out the previous daily low, and then we didn't really come as far as EU did, because EU did run out the previous weekly low, right? But GU didn't. So I like that SMT there for bullishness. I am bullish. We did come into a daily order block. We are inside of that weekly order block, right? So there's a lot of context in there with GU for being bullish, which helps for my euro dollar sell, euro dollar buy. And then for dollar, you feel me, right now we are going lower. We did run out the previous weekly high, came up into a FEG, and all I'm looking for is just for this to just go lower from here and just to hold this FEG. It seems like euro is a little bit much more stronger than dollar is weaker, so you feel me, that might be solid. You do have these consecutive up close candles, which price did come into, which is a negative bearish order block, right? Let's go ahead and go to ES or NASDAQ. I did stay away from ES and NASDAQ. I do want to see NASDAQ come and run out these lows. I mean, that was ES, but I want to see NASDAQ here come and run out these lows, which is why I did not take any type of inversion, FEG, or any type of liquidity run here that took out this low. This wasn't enough for me. Even when you look at this is like super choppy, you feel me? So right now we're just sitting in the EU trade, chilling right now, you know what I'm saying, seeing what's gonna happen. While this trade is playing out, I would like to do a reaction video. You feel me? I'm on my channel, you feel me? Because I'm my own fan type shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, let's see. It was a video that I wanted to watch. It was for watch later. It's from DIDNT. See what he. If y'all don't know DIDNT is like the most retailist strategy trader I've ever, like, I'm talking about, like, I don't even know, like, even look at the man thumbnail, like, this man look like he already done lost all his money. So what we gonna do is we just gonna react to that shit while this trade is going, you feel me? So we have 50, I'll get $50 type shit. So we just gonna react to this.
All right, it took a loss, and yep, here comes the risk to award police. Once again, people love to talk about our risk to award. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm
talking about, like, he got a risk to reward like one to fucking, like, it's like a negative 3 to 1, like like negative 5 to 1.
Know how we recover from it. This is episode 2 of the $1,000 account trading
doing a $1,000 account?
Even after a couple red days, a couple withdrawals, the account is sitting at $1,433.
Now,
this isn't some flip your account series. This is real build, real risk, real strategy. Let me break down exactly what happened.
Oh, hell no. I'm already...
Real build, real risk, real strategy.
Ain't no way I just seen all of that. Now, you know, I know they ain't DIDNT. Okay, they ain't DIDNT. This ain't how you trade, bro.
Why I'm sticking to this strategy, even if it pisses some people off. The most controversial thing about my strategy is probably our risk to award. It's a negative risk to award. It's
yeah. Tell the crowd, bro. Yeah, tell the crowd, bro.
Like a 1 to 0.5, or sometimes even tighter than a 1 to 0.5. It's not something that I woke up one day and said, you know, this is gonna trigger people. This is what I'm gonna do. It's more so it kind of just came to me over time. I actually started out swing trading. Well, I used to be an RR demon. Like, I dead ass used to have 1 to 10 R, 1 to 5.
Bro didn't like losing like that. He ain't like taking like 20 losses in a row. He wanted a win streak of 90. He just never wanted to lose.
5R, 1 to 6R, and over time it kind of got lower and lower and lower. And I'll tell you why. Me personally, it doesn't always make sense to force an RR when price action isn't matching that RR. For instance, like, if I know there's like a resistance coming up, and I know that that's a strong level of resistance, I understand that that's a level that highly likely could get tapped, but once it taps, you don't know what's gonna happen after. So why would I want to risk?
So why would, hold on, I'm gonna let him finish.
Holding past that point where I can just get out when it taps the area. And sometimes I can't just put my stop loss in the middle of nowhere. I have to put it below a certain area that makes the most sense. At what point is this gonna be an invalid trade? So that's what I'm kind of asking myself when I'm getting into these trades.
Never. You know what I'm saying? He like, oh, when this point gonna be invalid? Okay, when it's like all the way up here, oh, that's when it's invalid? No, not right here. About 1 to 10, 1 to what I'm risking, $50 to negative $500. You know what I'm saying? Like that's to the point where it's invalid.
Oh, okay, 1 to 0.20. This should be good for the clip.
That's not how I approach it, right? So over time, like that kind of just came to me. That naturally just grew on me as the strategy progressed, as the strategy improved. I did start off a positive risk to reward, and I kind of slowly kind of, you know, became a negative RR over time. Here's the thing about it. Not a lot of traders can actually trade this way because not a lot of traders have...
Shit, me personally, I ain't trading that way.
The mental or the mindset to understand negative risk to reward, understand that sometimes one trade can wipe out 10 trades, right? But here's the thing that a lot of those traders don't understand as well. And this is what I'm trying to teach them. It's not a set risk to reward every single day. It's not you wake up and you have to get a point or 1 to a 0.5 R. You're not choosing.
Nah, that's just what you demand. That's what you just demand. That's what you demand out of the trade. If it don't hit, then it don't hit. You know what I'm saying? And if the trade doesn't let you get at least a 1 to 2, then you don't take the trade. You don't just keep moving your stop loss.
The risk to reward, and that's why a lot of
not move your stop loss, but have a stop. You might as well not have a stop loss at all.
Don't learn early in their career because they're used to having a fixed RR, 1 to 5, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. What about the trade? What about the fact that there's clean traffic to push up towards that area of resistance? What about those things? And that's why a lot of traders don't understand my strategy. Now, part of the strategy does involve a lot of win streaks. And this is another hump that you kind of got to get over when you're getting into the strategy. Don't force win streaks. Don't force winning trades. Every day you come to the charts, you have a strategy.
Yeah, don't try to force win streaks like he forcing himself not to lose the trade.
How are you going to get a trade today? Or
hey, I might just be talking shit. I might just be a hater. I don't know, but he didn't blow a whole everybody's fun. Whoever invested in him, he didn't blow all that shit for no reason. Like, let's be honest. The negative RR, you blew almost everybody that invested in your shit. He blew it. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's the truth, but he blew it. And it makes sense because you don't know when to get out.
How are you not going to get a trade today? For me, it's come to...
You know what? He giving me bad juju for my trade. Let me check my trade. All right, we straight. He gave me bad juju for a second.
Mark up my zones. Mark up my levels. I have ideas as to what I'm looking for. Let's say it's trade A, trade B, and trade C. These 3 trades are part of my playbook. You have to make sure it's part of your playbook. If it's not part of your playbook, then what the fuck are you taking? At what point are you going to learn to create a plan, create a consistent strategy?
All right, we back. My fault.
So that's very key. If these setups form from 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. Eastern, my time, NY session, then I'm getting into a trade. I'd be very strict about them because if they come, boom, you're in there. And make sure you get in there. Don't hesitate to get in there. If it doesn't form, then you're not getting in. So that's the plan.
And that's a disciplined trader right there.
Every day. Come to the charts, mark up, have a setup, have a plays. Like, we have multiple plays in a day that could form. Our playbook is large now. It's like good 10, 11 trades now that we have in our playbook. And believe it or not,
I'd probably, if I was him, hey man, if I was y'all, bro, I'd probably just stick to like 1 or 2 or 3. I'd just say 1 or 2, man. Get consistent with that first. Don't even try to have like multiple models and multiple entries and shit until you got like one dialed down, bro.
Even though with 11 trade setups, they don't all come every day. But when they do come, we're in there. We're executing. And I'll show you guys the examples when I put them on MT5 in a second for you guys.
And every single one probably got a negative risk reward, 1 to 10 negative risk reward, bro.
But this is what you want to do. That's it. That's on your mind every day. You're not here looking for,
damn, I need to make 10 wins.
Because why would you want to apply that much pressure on yourself to win, right? You have to build a strategy and build your psychology around the fact that, like, at least pressure as much as possible on yourself. You don't have to force all of these plays, force all these setups when it's not there. Before you even think about what your win streak is, before you even think about what's your risk to reward, think about the charts. Are the charts printing what I want to see? Are the charts printing higher probable plays? If they're not, get the fuck off the charts. You're done for a day. Hop off. On to the next day, right?
Some real shit.
You get trades A, B, C, boom, one trade. Next day, A, B, C, didn't form, you're not in. Next day, it's Wednesday now. A, B, C, you got trade B, boom, you're in, right? You want to build that consistent rhythm, consistent strategy. Like a lot of trades, they're just thinking about, what if I lose? What if I win? Like, forget the wins. Just lock into waiting for trades, A, B, C, and that's it. Every day, price.
Bro, you preaching to the crowd, Donvo. Come on, just show the goddamn strategy, bro.
Where we rate price action that day based off of the opportunities that it gave us and how it moved in general. It's a good habit to build too because you get a better understanding of like, okay, you can compare these days, like, oh, this day was ass, this day was good, you know? Any data you collect is good for your trading, good for yourself in general as a trader and building that experience. So that's
I'm trying to figure out if he's like talking to himself because he's trying to motivate himself or some shit. I don't know, but like, come on, bro, get to the point,
what you want to do. And over time, you might go on streaks. You know, our last streak here was, I think, a 38-day winning streak. So roughly like almost 2 months of training because there's 20 training days in a month. And that wasn't something that we planned. That wasn't something that we just said, you know, like, let's hop into the charts here. Let's go on a crazy winning streak. You don't want to say it to yourself. You don't want to say, I want to go on a winning streak. I need to make this. I need to have this RR because it's all just pressure. And that's why the negative RR strategy for me works best for myself. That's kind of why I like it because I'm just focused on winning trades. I'm just focused on price action. I'm just focused on what price is giving me. I'm not.
So Donvo, at this point, just don't use a stop loss. At this point, you might as well not.
Worried about the result. The result is going to be the result. Win or loss, doesn't matter what it's going to be. But you come back the next day, you recoup yourself, wait for the same plays again. It's rinse and repeat. Short memory. If you're a trader and you don't have a short memory and you're holding on to losses, you're holding on to ideas from the past, what you're doing is that's what you're looking to do every day. One step at a time. Take your time with it. No rush, no pressure. Don't apply that pressure on yourself. And that's what's key. So this is part of it where traders don't like to show.
Here we go. Goddamn.
For 4 or 5 years now, streaming live.
Yeah. Show me. Hey, this better not be no fake shit, Donvo. This better not be no fake shit. Better not be photoshopping. Better not be photoshopping shit. You better not, bro. This.
Losses,
come on now.
So we're pretty used to that. You can see they're right here. One loss.
How I know this ain't demo?
The last loss we took on Friday, negative $139.36, which is exactly negative 8.86% on that account. A lot of people who are new to the video, new to the strategy are probably wondering, how the fuck do you bounce back from that? Why do you want to put yourself in a situation where one loss wipes out 10 trades? Now,
for all I know, this could be demo.
you put it in that perspective, of course you're not going to feel good. But here's the thing. It's one trade at a time. You don't need to make it back. What about the start of the account down till
Okay, hold on.
By the way, another thing I want to speak about is the start of the account down till the loss.
139. See, this is what happened. This is what happened, y'all. This is what happened. Hold on.
Of course you're not going to feel good. But here's the thing. It's one trade at a time. You don't need to make it back. What about...
So what happens when you hit this shit, when this happens again, when you just don't know when this shit is going to stop going against you? Like, we all as traders, this is why exactly how he blew a whole bunch of investors' money. So from what I'm hearing, all right, I don't know if this is true. Y'all can fact check me, whatever, right? But if this is the case, right? If he did blow investors' money and blew a whole account, right? This is the reason why he blew an account, because for one, he's going with the flow on when he wants to decide to cut it and when not to decide to cut it, because he doesn't have an invalidation. You know what I'm saying? His invalidation is in his brain. You know what I'm saying? So he got to a point to where his invalidation never had an invalidation. He never had an invalidation. He got to a point to where he just kept he had an invalidation. He kept letting price go against him. He was like, I'm gonna keep letting it run because I think that it could run down there. And he just kept letting it run against him. Probably added in, you never know, but kept letting it run against him. You feel me? And then to the point to where he just started tilting. It was just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's got to go down. Whatever goes up must come down. Eventually, it has to come down, but it's not going to come down right now. And blew all his shit. Blew his money. He probably went on tilt. Lost about 3 of these in a row. Then what? You got to take 20 days just to make all that shit back? Come on, Donvo. I'm not falling for this shit, bro.
Down to
I'm not falling. Hey, if he didn't blow the investors' money, then I'm just wrong. You feel me? But I'm not falling for this shit, bro.
The loss. By the way, another thing I want to speak about as well was on the 11th of April, I just transferred the balance from the other account to this account because this is a non-commission account. The other account had commissions, and it was eating up commissions. And I'm very used to not trading on a non-commission account with Blueberry Markets.
Like I ain't even thinking about like this $1,000 right here, because you had thousands of dollars of people who invested in.
You growth till now, $1,000 balance until $1,433. After $95, and
man, can we get to the strategy, bro? This seems like a video of him just trying to validate himself. Like, am I being a hater? Like, that's what it seems like right now. He's just trying to validate himself at this point.
And this account,
like, bro,
you're just taking it day by day. And eventually that loss will come back, and just like that, you'll be back on track. I'm not even thinking about that. You shouldn't be thinking about that at all. This is the account growth. You see all the trades I've been.
He trying to validate why his one negative RR works when, you feel me? Like, he's been stuck on these numbers the whole time. Let's get into the trades.
Like roughly on average.
Forget the numbers. I see the numbers now.
And that's what's key: consistency, discipline, and patience. You can look at my entire journal right here and see all the wins here. Another key thing as well is that I've been keeping the same lot sizes since the start. We haven't changed that. And I will change that once it gets to 2K. Everything's been pretty good this year, especially after coming back from last year. A lot of me had to learn a lot and adjust a lot. But I will say right now, like, this is probably the sharpest I've ever been of all time. If you look at our journal right here, this year alone, we're up 990 pips. The year prior to that, great year. Some say it was our best year. 2023, 1,242 pips. 2022, 1,748 pips.
But how much did you lose? Okay, get to me.
We're halfway into the year, roughly what, 1,800 pips?
Okay, he got the numbers to prove. He got the numbers to prove it. But like this ain't, bro. This ain't enough, bro. Like, to me, this ain't, like, all this can be like cap. Like, I don't know, man.
Might be like 2022. Might be better. We'll see. Pretty good year. All that has changed this year.
Like, you could just dial these numbers in if you want. Like, you could pre-dial these numbers in. Like, what is this, a Google spread? Is this a Google spreadsheet?
I think we did get more patient. We are more disciplined, waiting for a trade.
But if he's learning, cool. You know what I'm saying? If he got better, straight. But from what I'm hearing, from me watching this man and how he trade, and every time I come into this man's stream, all I see is him negative, and he just keep letting it go against him. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't seem like good. I mean, this is because we're all different traders. I ain't about to. If he's profitable, he's profitable. I'm saying, like, it just didn't seem like good practice, like good trading practice, bro. Like,
we're not like looking to get a trade over with for the day. And now it's like literally there are days where we go without trades at all.
All right, can we get to it now?
There's levels on the way up. will be
All right, here we go.
looking for buys, right? Let's say it's over here. In the past would be like,
oh, my fault.
Now it's like literally there are days where we go without win.
All right, gang, come on.
Also increased too. These are pips, so a lot of people are used to like seeing us get like 10 pips, 8 pips, 7 pips. But I think this year we've gone one sharper with our analysis, sharper with our TP. So in the past, this is what we'll do.
Where
one sharper with our analysis.
Why is he hiding all of this though? Like, well, all I see is this. This is just numbers you could dial in.
So sharper with our TP. So in the past, this is what we'll do. We'll be looking for buys, right? Let's say it's over here. In the past, we'll be like, oh yeah,
type
TP could be here for runners. Like, yeah, price can get there for sure. But, you know, before getting there, it has to break through 33, 37. There's levels on the way up that in the past we ignored, but now we're just literally moving.
And then he be partialing at like a negative 10.
For a TP to a zone, so it could be here 17 pips, could be here 28 pips, and instead of moving stops to break even, land a run towards TP. When we want runners, what we'll do is we'll actually trail stops in profit. So by the time it comes up and it taps like a minor support resistance, stops to break even. Step 2, let's say it passes like 30.
But he's risking that much. Okay.
370. Okay, cool. Trail stops 10 pips in profit, and we'll just aggressively trail stops in profit. That has helped us gain a bigger range of pip count in our trades and just good management. Like the amount of times that we tapped TP this year has been more than ever. That's changed this year, and the only thing, $34 on a $1,000 account to withdrawing, barely a top wick or barely bottom wick, barely a top wick.
All right, man, that's it. I ain't about to keep. I ain't falling for that shit, bruh. I'm not falling for that shit. I'm sorry, bro. We could react to something else, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not falling for that shit. Listen, if you have a 10, listen, bro, I'm not falling for this, bro. If I trade like this, right, my stop here at like a point, boom, right, and my stop all the way down here, right, and then hold on, this is my final. This could be like my final target to get up here, but I'm trailing my stop as it come in here. What happens if I get three trades where it just constantly coming against me, and I'm down this much? You see, one contract, 280. Hold on. Let's say I'm risking $1,000, right? I'm risking $1,000 to make 125. Now, mind you, I can possibly hit that a lot more of the time. You feel me? Type shit. But what happens if I get two of these? Two of these just wiped out like 10. Two of these just wiped out like negative two of damn near all it. Nigga wiped out everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not falling for that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if it's profitable, it's profitable. I don't know, bruh. Like it just don't. I don't know. It seemed like cat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. Maybe I'm being a hater. Am I being a hater, y'all? Fuck. Am I being a hater, man? I guess I'm being a hater. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go ahead. Skip that. That was a weak ass video. Dark truth about day trading when no one talks about. Dan Chong. I don't know if I said his name right.
What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another unfiltered video. We call these series A Me to You, and currently flying at the moment where just generally thinking about the dark
bro on the toilet, you know, porta potty. Oh no.
Truths about trading. And even though the word dark, I guess it's not really the sense that it can be negative to too much, because you have to go through these types of pain, solitude and silence and all of these kind of things to become the person you said you wanted to become. And the first thing I kind of thought of, and I'm going to go through all of them because I kind of think these were like the struggles of trading, is that it's been this thing where in trading you have this vision and you see this possibility that no one else can. That, I think, was the first one that kind of really hit me in the head. It's like I'm spending 16 hours a day just doing absolutely everything I potentially and possibly can to try and make this job or career happen with no real true fully full guidance. I don't know anyone in my circle that's actually done it just as of yet as well. So it's a complete different story to the day and age that people are doing it right now. And more importantly is that
I'm trying to figure out how is he sitting in there and not feel like claustrophobic at all. Is bro on an airplane?
The worst feeling of it all is you're doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, but losing money. Now, in the time when I started, there wasn't prop firms. I only had like £500 accounts. Maybe if I could save.
You know what? I don't even want to watch this video. I don't even want to watch this video. It's just bro talking. Like, I need some action. You know what I'm saying? Action film type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see. This strategy is broken. So I'm leaking my 6K course. Okay. Boom. $6,000? $6,000? Are you serious? Come on now. You know damn well this shit is not no $6,000.
Everybody, I hope you
And the man British.
guys are doing well.
No offense to my British niggas.
First of all, I want to thank you all for signing up to this, to be able to collect the mini series, the mini course that I'm providing for you guys for completely free. Now, the very first episode of this will be covering daily bias and what I call 2, 3, 4 points, or basically swing points. Okay. In this video, we are going to be creating a narrative for daily bias, so you don't need daily bias, need to worry about it anymore. And we are going to be using the IPTA 20-day range, going over swing points and how we use this for this month.
Hell no, I'm not listening to this shit either, bruh. I'm about to just like focus on my trade, bruh. These videos weak than a bitch. Oh God. Fuck it. I might react to JadeCap. I'm not gonna lie to you. We gonna react to JadeCap. You feel me? While this trade is going, this stupid simple strategy works every day. Proven. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and watch that.
This stupid simple strategy made me $4.5 million, and I'm about to show you how. It's stupid simple, and the best part is it appears every single day. Today I'll break down the process that I use to make millions of dollars into 3 simple steps. So every day I use the same 2 levels to trade from. Either previous day's high or previous day's low. Now, let's talk about context behind both of those. So, ideally, what we're looking for are important daily levels that we're possibly going to trade to in the future. So we have previous day's high and previous day's low. Now, how we trade to these specific levels is how I try and position myself. So let's say if I'm bullish, and then we have
you waiting for it to run previous day's low.
a specific day. Let me just draw out a candlestick here. So let's just say that this day closes like this, and I'm bullish. Let's just pretend that this shaded candle is green. Well, the next day, what I'm looking for is a raid on this previous day's high. So if I draw this out
if he's bearish,
I'm looking to target previous daily high, or it might be another daily high that's further back in history, and I'll get into some of the chart examples later on. But very short term,
oh, that's like his draw type shit. Like he looking for this as his draw type shit, other highs and
looking
shit.
for this previous daily high. So what I'm looking for in an ideal situation is if I can position myself prior to this high being ran out. So if I come to the charts in the morning and it's already ran above the previous daily high, my trade probability goes way down. So I want you guys to write that down. If we are above,
that's a good way to have an invalidation for your setup, your trading. When to sit on your hands, when to just take action type shit.
We already trade to previous daily high, probability goes down. Why? Because this is my daily target. Now, if the target's already been met by the time I sit down in front of the charts, that is not an ideal situation. So what I'm looking for is to position myself somewhere lower here to target that previous daily high. Now, I'm going to draw this out for you guys. It doesn't need to be the high from 24 hours ago. We could have a previous daily high that's way back here. You know, maybe this is 10 days ago. Maybe it's 20 days ago. and then we are starting to slowly trade towards that level. And now all of a sudden this previous day's high becomes our target. And what I'm going to try and do is position myself prior to the run on that previous daily high.
So this gonna be like the liquidity sweep type shit below like a previous session low or some shit, and then your regular ICT inversion, FEG, and all of that, and then you know that's your drawn liquidity.
But just from an intraday standpoint, this is typically how I look at markets. When I sit down in front of the charts, I want to know if we've rated the previous daily high or the previous daily low.
Type
So
shit.
if I am bullish, I prefer that we're trading like this, leading up
Right.
into a time window. Now, that time window can either be London or New York session, but for me, an A-plus setup would pan out if we are below the previous daily high and we haven't yet taken
Type
it
shit.
out. Because this allows me to position myself, right, prior to the targets being met. Now, if I come to the charts again and the target's already been met, well, now I am chasing price and I'm not getting the most efficient entry or the best probability. There is too much risk after taking out this previous daily high, right? And
Yeah, because you're not at an efficient price anymore. You know what I mean? You're trying to get in at a premium. Yeah.
vice versa, if I were to draw out a bearish candle, let's just assume that this is a bearish day, and I'm assuming that we are going to take out the previous daily low. Well, again,
That's when you want to get in at a
ideal
premium.
scenario, I want to position myself where the market is somewhere up here, and I'm targeting this low to then trade lower. Now,
Right.
again, if I come to the charts and the market's already down
Already expanded, that means you're trying to sell at a discount. You feel me?
below the target, I typically will not take a trade. You know, maybe I
Yep.
might wait for a bounce, and then this creates another daily low, and I can position myself somewhere up here prior to a run on another daily low.
Yeah.
So for me to establish a proper trade idea, I need to have a strong conviction of which previous day's high or low I want to target. So if I run through my charts, I want to be probability. There is too
My
much
fault.
risk after taking out this previous daily high, right? And
So in short, if it takes out the previous daily high and he's trying to buy and it already expanded to it, that's where he cuts it off. Like he's not trying to get into a trade. He's not trying to. It's just no. You know what I'm saying? No FOMO, no nothing. You feel me? But if he is targeting that previous daily high, he sees that the daily candle open, it came down. As you're at an efficient price below midnight open price discount, probably ran out Asia, London low or some shit. Then boom, that's when he's like, boom, bingo, we there. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
vice versa, if I were to draw out a bearish candle, let's just assume that this is a bearish day, and I'm assuming that we are going to take out the previous daily low. Well, again, in an ideal scenario, I want to position myself where the market is somewhere up here, and I'm targeting this low to then trade lower. Now, again, if I come to the charts and the market's already down below the target, I
Right.
typically will not take a trade. You know, maybe
Type
I might
shit.
wait for
Yep.
a bounce, and then this creates another daily low.
Oh yeah, we already seen it. We already seen that. We were watching L reactor, bro. I'm over here. We rewatching the same shit. All right, we here.
All different directions, not having a clear entry or exit strategy, and I find myself bouncing back and forth between trade ideas, and you can obviously tell in your equity curve when you don't have a plan and you're not following that plan. So a very simple process that I do is I just sit down at the close every single day and try and determine if the market created a higher high or higher low compared to the previous day. You know, is the market trading in one specific direction, and any adverse price action really is just a pullback for me to possibly buy dips, you know, or short rallies as the market's going lower. And here's a big asterisk: I very, very rarely change directions after I've done my analysis from the prior day. So if I'm assuming a bullish scenario for the following day, I very, very rarely will take a short entry on the low time frame. All right, so having these levels alone won't make you a profitable trader, and in order to do that, you need to know how to avoid getting faked out.
His process is very simple. You feel me? If you just listen to his process, it's very simple. You feel me? When he doesn't do something, when he doesn't do something. You feel me?
So if you're looking for a simple framework on how I frame my trades and operate day in, day out, make sure you download my free PDF. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Now, if I gave you a trick that helped you avoid losing trades, are you the type of person to use it consistently? If the answer is yes, then this could be your breakthrough that you're looking for, and you've
All right.
likely heard of it
Yeah,
on
let's
the candle.
see.
Typically,
Okay,
what
power
we're
three.
looking for
I feel
is
like we
a
all know the
range
power
that
three, though.
goes up, Maybe this is the Asian range. Maybe this is the London range. And what we're looking for is
if y'all don't know the power of 3 by now, bruh, y'all be watching my share. Y'all watch JadeCaps share. Anybody, any ICT nigga shit. Y'all don't know the power of 3, bruh. Come on, bruh. Y'all gotta get it together, bro. Power of 3, man.
we're bullish. We want to be able to see a raid on that liquidity
Yeah.
as manipulation. Okay, so this is our accumulation. The raid on liquidity is manipulation. And then distribution will occur when we run the other side of the range and trade towards the predetermined high time frame target. So here we have a range, which
Type
is
shit.
accumulation, manipulation
Type
to
shit.
get people suckered in on the wrong side of the market, and then distribution as they pile in. So they'll pile in, accumulate their orders, and then they'll distribute those.
And this is where I like to buy. This is where I like to buy type shit. When this happens, when most likely when this happens type shit, I like to buy.
Long positions as the market trades higher. So I want you guys to think about this, and this was really a light bulb moment in my trading.
This is usually like the CSD right here. Like this move down is some type of CSD somewhere in here, probably right there, and then boom. The way he drew it out, I'm going off of a 3-year-old drawing, but you know, I mean, he's not 3 years old, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a 3-year-old drawing, but like yeah.
95% of bullish turns around.
Opposite on the other side. 90. He's about to say. I think he's about to say 90%. Hold on, let me see.
And you guys have maybe seen it. You're looking at a 4-hour candle. It looks like the market just completely turns around. A market structure shift or a fair value. That's 15 minutes for a specific time. So maybe it's a run lower.
All right, let's check. Hold on, let's check. Cause look, low key, this trade is the power of 3. Low key, this trade is the power of 3. So like, look, open, right? Daily candle came down, type shit. I don't know if it's the power of 3. If it don't work out, this is not the power of 3. But like, it came down, ran out after consolidation, right? Ran down. This is the change in state delivery after it took out sell side, previous daily low, type shit. This is JadeCaps trade right here, below midnight open price, below all of it, almost down to 1-2 standard deviations. You know what I'm saying? Like this is JadeCaps trade right here. So JadeCap, if this shit don't work, this trade don't work, nigga, I'm disliking your video. I'm not gonna lie.
Around a specific time, so maybe it's the first 15 minutes. Okay, so if I were to break up an hour, right, there's 4 15-minute candles in that hour. Now, if I see the first 15 minutes trading lower, and I'm bullish on the day, and I'm expecting that next hour, or that next 4-hour candle to trade higher, I want to try and position myself at a discount, right? Maybe we have a market structure shift or a fair value gap somewhere down here after we've taken out this liquidity. Now, this might occur around the first 15 minutes or the first half hour of a specific trading session. And yes, it can lead up all the way till the last moments of a candle. And you guys have maybe seen it. You're looking at a 4-hour candle. It looks extremely bearish. And then maybe in that last half hour, last hour,
that motherfucker just you know what I'm saying, like Superman.
It catches you off guard. But if you were to go back and study that data within that 4-hour time frame, okay, you would have seen something like this occur, where they're accumulating a lot of orders. They're manipulating it lower ahead of the close, and then by the close, it might trade much higher.
Hey, bro, hopefully my trade do this exactly right here. Because it's almost 12 o'clock. I'm in EU. This shit need to
aligns with our higher time frame analysis. This is essentially power of 3. So you're probably wondering, you know, how do I implement power of 3 in my trading strategy?
I think Jake, I forgot where he's about to say it at. I think he said, because he was like 95% of candles. So most likely 95 or 99% of candles that are bullish start off bearish first. Basically, that's because he said this shit before. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, all of my trade is not as, or even place my stop there. If I were to, so let's say I'm assuming this specific day, I want to see price trade higher. Well, any price that I get, or any price action that I get below the midnight Eastern line is going to be much better price action for me to place my long position. So let's say if I place my long position down here versus if I waited for a long position up here. If I were to measure the risk to reward that is currently being framed, if I do not get the price below that midnight open, you guys can already see that I am not getting any better risk to reward. Down here, I can find a market structure shift, place my stop there, and be okay that the daily candle is going to flip bullish.
So right here, market structure shift. This is where I would like to enter the trade type shit, or a little even here. But like up here, that's just not a efficient price to get in for longs. You feel me? Maybe for sales, yeah. But
and close higher on the day. Whereas if the candle has already flipped bullish, I may have already missed out on the best price of the day. So
all right, type shit. Yeah, we got that. Hold on. Okay, let's go ahead and right here. Yeah, let's start off right here.
Okay, so now let's just assume that we're looking at this chart and we've ran above this important previous daily high. Now note that this is not, the previous 24-hour high. This is a significant high in the markets. And I'm still looking at this previous daily high as buy-side liquidity. And I just want to monitor price action as we've hit that high time frame liquidity. So what do we get on these specific days? Well, we pushed higher, and then all of a sudden we get an inside candle. Now, inside candles to me spark indecision. So an inside candle, right, is a candle that does not take out the previous daily high, and it does not take out the previous daily low. So this is consolidation. Once we get a break out of that consolidation, right, what do we get on this next daily candle? We get a lower high and a lower low. So coming into the next 24 hours, I am leaning bearish on that specific day. So if I just draw out the previous daily high and the previous daily low, what I'm looking for is some level of premium to then target this previous daily low. Now, when I'm bearish, I want to see all these high time frame arrays fail. So if I'm bearish and the market is trading higher on this specific intraday, so let's just say I'm bearish and this is the start of the new day. Well, then new day opens up, and any bearish PD array that shows up, I want to see if there's a reaction from those specific levels to roll over, and then I can target this previous daily low. So even if we take out the previous daily high, I am still hunting a short position to then target the previous day's.
That's like the best feel to get in. If you get in up here and this shit is bearish, that's like the best feel and the best risk reward ever, bruh. Like, I swear to God.
So if we just play this one candle forward, you guys can see here.
Damn.
That after.
See, yeah, that would have been. See, me, I wouldn't have thought this was going lower. I would have thought this would have keep going higher, even though it took out the previous daily high and shit. But
out that previous daily
if I was to look at that daily chart, but shit, that's the move right there.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Go down into a much lower time frame. Okay, we've taken out this previous daily high here. You guys can see the market.
See, I would have tried to be a buyer somewhere all in here, and then this would have happened. Maybe I would have hit TP. I don't know, but. You know what I mean?
Extremely aggressively. And then all I'm doing is targeting Thursday's low. So what I want to see here after taking out the previous day's high is that we don't expand higher. So after we've taken that previous daily high, I do not want to see it continue expanding higher. What I want to see is a closure back below that previous daily high. And then you might use something like a turtle soup or a inverted fair value gap to signal that short position, and then you could possibly get
like you could short right here, stops above, and aim for that low. I probably would have waited for this break right here and then something to come back up into there and would have missed it.
Okay, so now what do we do in this scenario when we have a very strong daily close here? Now, if I were to just plot this previous daily low, it doesn't really give me a great risk-to-reward trade. So what I'm going to try and find is where is the next previous daily low that I'm going to target? And the next previous daily low is going to be here. So on this next day,
I would look for a failure swing. Like this daily candle had took out a previous daily candle. So even though there's liquidity above, this was all stop run. So this could be like high resist. I would aim for this right here. That right there.
Expecting is just a very short and shallow.
But yeah, I would take some partials still right here though. You feel me?
Maybe higher. And then targeting this low. So let's play this candle forward. So as you guys can see, these bearish candles, right, start out bullish. And this is where a lot of traders get caught off guard, is they see price action trading higher on a specific day without realizing that it's only doing this to get people off sides. And this is where a lot of traders mess up because they lose sight of where the market is actually going on a high time frame. So let me just draw this out. From a power of 3 standpoint, I'm going to make these lines blue here.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yep. I love visual.
Bearish scenario that the market wants to trade higher initially before going lower. Anybody that's shorting it above that midnight open is getting a much better price than if they were to wait for it to dump off and then position themselves short. Now,
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong
real
with
shit.
getting in a little bit late after the market has already tipped its hand, but just realize on specific days where you're seeing a specific framework pan out and it's offering you a good price, that you're going to find much better risk reward trade because this power of 3 scenario is panning out. So again, if I look at this price action on these 2 specific days, and if I just remove this, where are the smart money
I'll
players
look for this
positioned
too.
inside of these candles?
So now that if this daily candle close, I'm looking for this, like open, come up, boom, and drop down into that, because that's a failure swing.
Okay, they're positioned inside of these wicks. Ideally, if you're bearish, you actually want to see the market trading against your predisposed position. You actually want to see it going against you, so you can position yourself somewhere at an efficient price with low risk to
Efficient, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we learn, JadeCap. Hey, we learn. You know what I'm saying? We learn. You know what I mean?
Continue trading to these previous daily lows. All right, now that you understand what levels to trade from and how to avoid losing trades, let's tie it all together into a strategy to find your trade entry, stop loss, and target. Okay, let's just take a look at some of these examples here where maybe we're expecting previous day's lows to get hit. Okay, so let's just...
All right, before we continue with that, let's see what's going on with this. All right, what time is it? Oh, that shit, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock on the dot. I'm gonna leave it to run for the rest of the day. You feel me? Let it run for this macro type shit. See what it's gonna do for this macro.
Let's draw out this previous daily low and say that this is gonna be my target long term, or at least maybe over the next couple days. What I'm looking for are different bearish entry signals or bearish criteria to align to get me in sync with that lower time frame price action. So that might be a raid on the previous day's high and then a smart money reversal. That might be a bearish fair value gap. It might be a bearish breaker, something along those lines.
I like breakers. I ain't gonna lie. I like breakers. I like order blocks. I like FEGs, but mainly breaker with the FEG or in consecutive down close candles, bro. I like that.
Get us down to these previous.
Kind of like this one. Like if you was to look at this one right here, this is like your last up close candles before that run on liquidity. So this right here, that price right there, I like that with consecutive down close candles. It probably came right to that
daily lows. So here on this specific day, right on Monday, we can see here that we've taken out Thursday's high and rejected and then created a fair value gap. Maybe you didn't short this one right away, but your target is still this previous daily low. Well, what I'm going to do is drop down into these lower time frames. And for me, the lower time frame, really, I typically like to start with the hourly. If I can find really clean hourly levels, I tend to stick with them. When
I like the hourly chart too.
Have a target in mind.
Like if I had to choose one time frame, it would be the 15-minute chart. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, let me know in the comments what time frame would y'all choose. If y'all had to choose one time frame and only trade off on one time frame, what time frame is that? Let me know in the comments.
I don't always need to hold it to my target. I can close based on time of day. So let's just say you want to trade this bearish fair value gap here and target this previous daily low. Well, what I'm going to try and do is when I sit down in front of my charts, right around 9:30 a.m., because this is NASDAQ, we have equities open at 9:30, I kind of am waiting for more information. And this 10 a.m. into 11 a.m. candle is giving me that information. It's trading up into this fair value gap, and it's closing bearish. Now, if I were to go short, I would want to just go short here and place my stop at a logical area. Maybe it's 50% of the fair value gap. Maybe it's the high end of the fair value gap because it is kind of wide.
Yeah, that shit is wide.
Maybe I am going to target the previous daily low all the way down here. Now you guys can see
my shit would feel safer up here though. Like my stop, let the wicks do the damage. If it wanted to come all the way up there and then still close within consequent encroachment and go down, yeah.
If you're a futures trader, you would not be able to hold this position overnight. Now for me, time of day exit is extremely important because you might not get the follow through leading up into the rollover. So if I were to go short here, I'm trying to manage my position ahead of the close. Now, that might be lunchtime. That might be afternoon session, somewhere around there.
It kind of got to a 1 and 2, I think. A little 1 and 2, low key. Yeah, that would have been a 1 and 2. Could have got out right there for me. That's all I would have needed.
Because I'm assuming that the intraday.
And I would have tried to get in up here, get a better feel, so that way I could put my stop up there.
High or low is already printed in the marketplace. So if I were to position myself short, I'm really only expecting that next 4-hour candle to trade lower, and maybe I'm going to close it towards the end of that 4-hour candle. So you guys can see here that this candle closes at 2 p.m. This is the closure of that 4-hour candle. So if you get an expansion lower on the 4-hour candle, you can think about just trimming your position, managing your stop loss, or just closing entirely.
Type shit.
Based on this specific trade, at most, it offered you a 2.3 to 1 reward to risk. Now, you might not get all of that out of this specific trade. Maybe you're going to get...
You got the 1 to 1.5. I didn't get the 1 to 2
down. A
down.
little bit smaller, but this is...
Better entry would have got the 1 to 2. Better entry.
Still a profitable trade. Now, coming into the next day, let's say our daily target still is all the way down here. I'm still expecting the market to trade higher. Now let me draw our midnight open prices here. So on this specific day, I'm still expecting the market to trade down to these lows down here, right? And as this market is trading higher, all I'm looking for are reasons to get short. Okay, I'm not taking any bullish setups. Okay, so
ooh, this would have been an annoying ass day right here. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have got stopped out around here, something probably around there, or like break even, not even break even.
if you see this bullish fair value gap here, I'm not taking that setup because I am bearish overall. If I just look at,
I think I took a trade up here though on this day. I can't remember. That price action the price action looks similar though. You feel me?
Right. I just looking at footprints. So the footprint of this market is we have a consolidation and then we have a markdown. So this large distribution here, I do not want to try and go long into this because there are signatures that the market is bearish. So that following day, I am only looking for reasons to get short. Now, as the market's trading higher, we're approaching the previous day's high. Now, if we are expecting the market to create lower highs and lower lows on the way down, we are not expecting this previous daily high to be rated. Instead, maybe it's going to trade to this bearish fair value gap, or you can see this up here as a bearish order block. So this last up close candle prior to the move lower is
order block.
Order block.
Like the order block, man. So I'm talking. I love the order block.
This liquidity rate. Now, once we have that bearish narrative, all it's about is positioning yourself with a setup that you're comfortable using, whether that's a fair value gap, an order block, a liquidity raid.
Type
Those
shit.
are all different entry techniques that you can use to get in sync with the market. Now, I don't recommend that you guys try and learn all of the techniques all at once. Try and just find one.
Keep your ass to one. One. You know what I'm saying?
Entry model that you're really comfortable with and
listen to the golden child, y'all. Listen to the golden child. You know what I'm saying? Listen, one. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, cool. Nah, tell me JadeCap don't look like the golden child. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Go. Bro, what's it? Right here. The golden child. What y'all know about this? Was JadeCap. This was JadeCap being born to be, being raised to be a trading god. You know what I'm saying? Like this is JadeCap right here, bruh. On God. You know what I'm saying?
Trading that specific model and enough reps around that specific trade setup that allows you to be very, very comfortable with it. For me, I've traded thousands and thousands of turtle soup entries, so liquidity raids.
Thousands
of fair value gaps. I've traded
thousands of FEGs.
Traded
1,000 order block. I'm telling you, golden child. You know what I'm saying? That's all we needed. That's all we needed to know. Hold on. Let's get right to the point. Let's get right to the point. You know what I'm saying?
Closer I get to that midnight open.
Daily direction, higher time prediction. Make sure you got a draw. I'm going to just simplify it. Make sure y'all got a draw. You feel me? Target previous daily higher lows. Okay? Target, yeah. Simple. Proper power 3 execution. If market has already expanded in your direction, when you sit down at the charts, that means get your ass up. Go touch some grass, you know what I'm saying? Touch some grass, have a little chill, a little nice little day, you know what I'm saying? Trade small or not at all, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what I mean? All right, let's go back to the trade, bruh. So you feel me? We up $200 on the trade. My fault, JadeCap. This shit ain't going nowhere though. Oh, cause I'm on the mini. I'm on a fucking mini. Anxiety keeps on trying me.
Order filled.
Alright. I was on a fucking mini the whole time, bruh. Sell stop. I'll probably, hold on. Cause this entry's still not bad. On entry here. Just keep my stop right under that low. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let this trade run. get back to y'all whenever this trade is finished. You feel me? I hope y'all enjoyed that reaction video. Those little reaction videos though. I'm gonna get back to y'all however this trade go. You feel me? And yeah, god damn. So as you guys can see, we did get taken out right here, right below the breaker. It wasn't bullish today. GU probably would have been a better buy if I was here earlier, but you know, we live with the probabilities. It did run the previous weekly low again, and JadeCap, bro, you lied, bro. You said every time, you know, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't work, JadeCap, man. It didn't work. And like I said, bro, I'm disliking the video, bro. I'm disliking the video. Like, how could you just tell me it works every day and the shit ain't work today? You know what I'm saying? It ain't work today. So you know what? I'm disliking the video. It's all good though. It's all good though. It's all good. We're gonna try again. Try again tomorrow. See what happens tomorrow. See if something gives up tomorrow. I'm down 6,000. Not 6,000. I'm down to 6,000 on my 300K account. Basically lost $1,000 today. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? So you guys got to see this live, me take this live, me manage this, you feel me, while we react. Hey, it's still a W day, regardless, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, sub to the motherfucking channel, you know what I'm saying? I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Alright.